Ever wondered how safe you really are in the digital world? Let's take a moment to reflect on that. As the world becomes increasingly digital, we've seen a surge in the frequency and sophistication of cyber attacks. We're no longer talking about the odd phishing email or suspicious pop-up. Oh no, we're dealing with threats that are far more sinister. Consider the monumental breaches of recent years. Major corporations, government agencies, even hospitals have fallen victim to these digital predators. It's a stark reminder that no one is immune. The statistics are sobering. Every 40 seconds, a business falls victim to a ransomware attack. Every day, hundreds of thousands of people have their personal information stolen. These are not just numbers, they're a wake-up call. A call to realize that our digital lives are under constant threat. But don't despair, knowledge is power. And with the right tools and understanding, we can fight back. So, what can you do to protect yourself from these cyber threats? Let's dive in. The first step to surviving a cybersecurity attack is recognizing the threat. Now, you might be wondering, what does a cyber threat even look like? Well, let's demystify that. A common type of cyber threat is phishing. This is when a cybercriminal tries to trick you into revealing sensitive information such as your password or credit card number. They might pose as a trusted entity, like your bank, sending you an email with a link that redirects you to a fake website that looks eerily similar to the real one. Next up, we have malware. This is a type of software designed to harm or exploit any computing device or network. It comes in various forms: viruses, worms, trojans, you name it. Some malware can even give cybercriminals complete control over your device. And then there's ransomware. It's a type of malicious software that encrypts your files and holds them hostage until you pay a ransom. Imagine being locked out of your own device or losing access to important files, and the only way to get them back is to pay a hefty sum to the cybercriminal. These threats don't just harm individuals, they can wreak havoc on businesses too. A single cyber attack can result in financial losses, damage to the company's reputation, and even legal consequences. But here's the good news. Once you recognize these threats, you can take measures to protect yourself and your business. Remember, cybersecurity isn't just about having the right tools in place, it's also about being aware of the threats that lurk in the digital world. Knowing what you're up against is half the battle won. Now that you know the threat, how do you protect yourself? Securing your devices, it's not just a recommendation, it's a necessity. In our increasingly digital world, your devices are often the front door to your personal and professional lives. And just as you wouldn't leave your front door unlocked, you shouldn't leave your devices unprotected. First and foremost, keep your software updated. Yes, those pesky update notifications aren't just there to annoy you. They often contain important security patches that fix vulnerabilities in your system. So, next time, instead of hitting "Remind me later," consider taking a few minutes to update. Next, let's talk passwords. They're like toothbrushes. They should be changed regularly and never shared. Make sure your passwords are strong and unique. That means no password 123 or QWERTY. And please don't use your pet's name either. A strong password should be a mix of letters, numbers, and symbols, and it's best if it doesn't make sense. And while we're on the topic of passwords, let's add another layer of security: multi-factor authentication. It's like a double lock for your digital life. Even if someone manages to guess your password, they would still need another piece of information, like a code sent to your phone, to access your account. Lastly, install a reliable antivirus software. It's like having a security guard constantly watching over your device. It can detect and remove malicious software before it can do any harm. And remember to keep it updated too, for the same reasons we update our system software. In the end, securing your devices is a bit like maintaining a car. It might seem like a lot of work, but the alternative could be a breakdown or, worse, a crash. It's an ongoing process, but it's definitely worth it. Remember, securing your devices is your first line of defense. Being secure doesn't stop at your devices. You need to be vigilant online too. The internet can be a vast and treacherous landscape. Every click, every search, and every download carries a risk. But fear not. With a few simple habits, you can navigate the web safely and confidently. Firstly, be wary of suspicious links and emails. If you receive a message from a source you don't recognize or a link that looks out of place, think twice before clicking. Cyber attackers often use these as bait, luring unsuspecting users into their traps. Remember, if it seems too good to be true, it probably is. Secondly, never share sensitive information online, especially over unsecured networks. Your personal details are valuable, and in the wrong hands they can be used against you. Be it your social security number, bank details, or even your favorite pet's name, keep them to yourself. Also, always use secure and trusted networks. Public Wi-Fi might be convenient, but it's also incredibly risky. These networks are often unsecured, making it easy for cyber attackers to snoop on your activity. If you have to use public Wi-Fi, consider using a virtual private network or VPN to encrypt your data and keep your online activities private. Lastly, make it a habit to back up your data regularly. In the unfortunate event of a cyber attack, having a recent backup can be a lifesaver. It allows you to restore your system to a point before the attack, minimizing the damage and loss. You see, being secure online isn't just about having the right tools, it's about developing safe habits, being aware, and most importantly, staying vigilant. Because in the end, the best defense against cyber attacks is you. Being vigilant online can save you from a lot of headaches down the line. Scene script, even with all these measures, you might still fall victim to a cyber attack. What then? The world of cybersecurity is like a game of chess. You strategize, you take precautions, but sometimes the opponent makes a move you didn't anticipate. The key to surviving such a situation lies in your response time. Imagine you're in a battlefield and you've been hit. Would you take your time and casually stroll to the medic? Of course not. You'd rush for help immediately. The same sense of urgency applies when you're under a cyber attack. The faster you respond, the less damage you're likely to suffer. So, what should your response look like? First and foremost, contact professionals. Cybersecurity experts possess the knowledge and tools required to tackle these digital threats. They can help you understand the extent of the attack and guide you through the recovery process. Next, inform the relevant authorities. This might include your bank, your credit card company, or even law enforcement. They can take immediate action to protect your financial assets and may be able to assist in tracking down the culprits. Now let's talk about passwords. In the digital world, they are your first line of defense, your locks and keys. If a cybercriminal manages to breach this line, it's time to change the locks. Update all your passwords immediately, and remember to make them strong and unique. Lastly, don't forget to notify your contacts. If your email or social media accounts have been compromised, there's a chance that the attackers might try to scam your friends or family next. By letting them know about the situation, you can prevent them from falling into a similar trap. And remember, it's not just about speed, but also about resilience. Getting back on your feet after a cyber attack can be tough, but it's crucial. Learn from the experience and use it to fortify your defenses. A quick response can limit the damage and help you recover faster. So, we've covered a lot today. Let's quickly recap. We started by acknowledging the reality that cybersecurity threats are a pressing concern for everyone. We then progressed to identifying these threats, understanding the importance of being able to spot suspicious activities and potential dangers online. Next, we delved into the necessity of securing our devices, highlighting the importance of having strong, unique passwords and keeping our software up to date. We also emphasized the need for vigilance online, suggesting that we should be wary of unexpected emails, untrusted websites, and unsecured networks. Lastly, we discussed the crucial part of responding to attacks swiftly. We explored the significance of taking immediate action, contacting relevant authorities, and mitigating the damage as soon as possible. Thank you for watching. Remember, cybersecurity is everyone's responsibility. Stay safe and don't forget to subscribe for more helpful videos like this one.